From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carpio Grego.
And I'm Samantha Dates. Millions of people around the country may be losing their SNAP benefits if the shutdown doesn't end.
That's right. One community project is helping to feed hundreds of families in northeast New Mexico. In Harding and Union counties, to be specific, this week in the Santa Fe Farmers Institute partnered with local food pantries and the New Mexico Department of Health to deliver 10,000 pounds of fresh produce to families there. According to the USDA, more than 350,000 New Mexicans were food insecure in 2023, and over 100,000 of those were children. Now, this produce delivery was the largest in the region to date. Well, guys, I don't know about you, but this morning that bipolar New Mexico weather struck again. Felt like fall, but how long is that going to last?
It was nice to get a little bit of rain, though. Ben can tell you more about our current conditions.
Me personally, it was basically perfect conditions. We're going to take a look at our live cam over Milton Hall here on NMSU campus. For my taste and sensibilities right now, this is perfect weather, little cloudy, got some wind, it's nice and cool, all's well. So taking a look at our local temperatures right now, we're clocking in at about 79 degrees, a little cloudy. The wind has been something that we've all been noticing right now, clocking in at 17 miles an hour, a little more than we're used to right now. Humidity right now is at about 21%, dew point at 39, and our barometer read 30.03 inches. Moving on, our high today was about 82, relatively low for this time of year. The average is 76. Our low is 52, and all-time high was in 2003 at 88, with our low at 28. We did see some rain, about 0.05 inches, which means for the year we're at 8.9 inches. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Ben. You may want to start keeping a closer eye on the speed limit signs around town. The Las Cruces Police Department issued 82 traffic citations during a 1-hour operation this morning. The ticketing began at 7:30 a.m. along North Main Street and Elks Drive. Nearly half of the citations were due to drivers exceeding the posted speed limit. LCPD says that more traffic enforcement operations will likely happen in the coming weeks. Early voting in Doña Ana County is still underway after beginning on October 6th. As of today, 2,594 people have voted, with 1,595 Democratic votes, 694 Republican, 15 Libertarian, and 331 declining to declare a party. Early voting will continue until November 1st, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can look online for polls in your area. Election Day is November 4th.
The latest addition to the New Mexico Historical Site list is an iconic Mesilla property. The Taylor Mesilla site was built in the 1850s as a trading post with 2 storefronts and a house that has served as a store, a rectory, and apartments over the years. The house was bought in 1905 by the state legislature and community leader J. Paul Taylor. His family lived there until the home was donated to New Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs in 2003. Mr. Taylor died in 2023 at the age of 102, and there will be a grand opening on Saturday, November 8th.
Stay tuned. Ben will be back with your national forecast.
Having aired in the U.S. and internationally for over 3 decades, Wailana Yoga helped pioneer the modern-day yoga movement. With her clear and authentic instruction set against spectacular scenic backdrops and uplifting music, Wailana makes yoga easily accessible and enjoyable for people of all backgrounds and experience levels.
Sunday morning at 6:30 on KRWG-Public Media.
Thousands of people have come here to the Center of Seoul this evening. They have come to celebrate the newly elected president, Lee Jae-myung.
He's been firing rubber bullets at the direction of the crowd, and it shows you just how volatile the situation is.
We're seeing scenes of destruction like this one across Mandalay, and the reality on the ground is there just aren't enough pairs of hands.
Given the scale of the attacks we've seen over the past 48 hours, it doesn't feel like we're in ceasefire territory.
Well, I know we had some solid weather this morning, but I'm kind of wondering about what's going on with the rest of the country.
Well, I'm sure Ben could tell us.
Well, thanks, guys. Today we're going to be taking a deeper look into Hurricane Melissa. We have the path right here for where. So right now, currently with where it is in the Caribbean, it's going to work its way up. It could reach Category 4 by Jamaica. Then it's going to work its way up through Cuba, up into the Bahamas. And if we go to the next map, we're going to see where the majority of the damage is going to be. Right now, from what we're expecting the damage to be pretty bad in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and that southern coast of Santo Domingo, and then Kingston, Jamaica is really where we're worried about right now. That's where it's going to hit at its highest impact. That's where we're expecting the most damage, up into the southern coast of Cuba. Those right now are the problem areas that we're worrying about. It could even reach Category 5 right now with what we know. We're not certain on that right now, but there is a possibility that it gets to Category 5. And if we go on to the next map, we're going to take a look more at the temperatures across the nation that we're seeing right now. It seems like it's going to be fall everywhere but here right now. The last holdovers of the 80 degrees are going to be here in Florida and then in Texas as well. Those are going to be the only places that are still in the 80s. You can see over here in South Texas, even getting up to 90 degrees around Laredo. And then, to the surprise of no one, the coldest areas of the country are still that Great Lakes region over here. And then if we go to our last map, we're going to be keeping track of the rain that we've been seeing at the moment. So currently, we have two things going on right now. We have rain coming in and rain going out. Right now, we're going to have rain coming in from the north. They're going to come from the Rockies, go down to about Santa Fe and Taos, where we're going to be seeing some snowstorms. We're going to be seeing a little bit of snow. So if you like skiing, good news. There's going to be some snow over the course. This radar is for the next 24 hours, so you could expect some snow. And then in the eastern part of the state, one thing, the rainstorm is going to be blowing outwards and going to be heading east into the plains of Texas. So that's going to be it. We'll see you for our local temps.
Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom is back with a new season filled with surprises. Travel to Hawaii for a 2-part episode devoted to the culture of lei and Lei Day, and visit with Ed Kenny of Family Ingredients. We'll visit the studios of public television icon Bob Ross, and I'll interpret this painting through flowers. Flower Farms, Miss Margot Returns, and a Halloween special, Life in Gloom. Live the flower life with me on public television stations nationwide.
Saturday at 2 p.m. on KRWG.
PBS News, providing trusted coverage in a rapidly moving news cycle.
The Supreme Court temporarily barred the Trump administration from deporting Venezuelan migrants.
And diving deeper into critical issues.
Over the past 15 years, pedestrian and cyclist deaths on our roads have increased dramatically.
Every year in the United States, as many as 1 billion birds die while migrating.
The way that we live, having windows, is killing birds.
Weekends at 6:30 p.m. on KRWG-Public Media.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at your temperatures here in New Mexico. Now, right now, it's relatively cold across the board, at least for what we're used to right now. Farmington at 62, Santa Fe at 61, Albuquerque clocking in at 70. You see the eastern portion of the state right there, Clovis and Roswell at 62 and 66. Keep an eye on those for the next one. And right here in Las Cruces, it's still 78 and 79 in Deming, which is currently where it's the hottest in the state. Then if we take a look at tomorrow, we see a tale of two halves of the state. It's going to get a lot colder up north as those snowstorms and rainstorms come in. Farmington still staying at 62. Santa Fe dipping down into the 50s along with Gallup. And then in the eastern part of the state with Clovis and Roswell skyrocketing up. Roswell almost breaking into the 80s. But here in southern New Mexico, it's going to stay pretty steady at 77 in Cruces and Deming. Now, if we could take a look at what it's going to look like in Alamogordo, it's going to be relatively cloudy tonight, but all of those are going to drift away. It's going to be sunny tomorrow with a high of 76. Then if we take a look at Truth or Consequences, more of the same. Going to get colder at 46, but tomorrow, once again, sun's coming out, high of 76. Moving on to Silver City, it's going to be very, very cold at 43 degrees, then 67 sunny. And then if we take a look at Las Cruces, more of the same. The southern part of the state is incredibly boring from a weather perspective. It's going to be 52 and cloudy, and then 77 and high tomorrow. And that's been the look at weather. Mia's next to sports, but first, professional wrestling is back in the Borderland region. TNA Wrestling announced that they'll be in El Paso this December for their last big show of the year, Final Resolution. TNA came earlier this year, and nearly 4,000 people packed the El Paso County Coliseum for Sacrifice, and now they'll be running the venue for 3 straight nights on December 5th, 6th, and 7th. And top stars like Mike Santana and Nick Nemeth are excited to be back and are ready to put on a show for a region with wrestling in its blood.
Professional wrestling is so deeply rooted here in El Paso and has been forever. And the fact that we get to come here twice in 1 year, that just shows and speaks volumes of what we're bringing and also how hungry the city is for pro wrestling.
Here in El Paso, you can give them good wrestling and they'll let you know that it's not great. So that's why you have to go above and beyond and deliver for fans. There's a tradition here and it's good wrestling. So,
Mia, it is still real to me all these years later.
Well, that's cool and amazing and exciting.
One other thing that was exciting, last night, did you see what happened on the gridiron that was going on?
Yes, I did.
Fresh.
Ooh.
Traditional. Original. The finest quality. And always tasty. Products that define a culinary culture. And one of the greatest food capitals of the world. Follow the trails to Oishi, Tokyo. On NHK World Japan.
Thursday at 2 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Have you always wanted to try yoga? Here's your chance to lengthen, strengthen, and tone your body with Happy Yoga with Sarah Starr. In each episode, Sarah guides you through a modified yoga practice using a chair for support, providing you with an easy entrance into a gentle yoga practice, all while featuring the beauty of Mother Nature. Enjoy a yoga practice that is invigorating, fun, and accessible, but most of all, effective.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back. I'm Mia Aragon, and let's talk sports. The New Mexico State Aggies dropped their first home game of the season last night against the Missouri State Bears. The Aggies were returning from a road game against the Liberty Flames, and they did not get a warm welcome. It seems like these midweek matchups are not the secret to these drawing large crowds. Missouri State dominated most of the game, totaling 409 yards total. The Aggies finally woke up in the fourth, tying the game at 17 and fending off a late field goal from the Bears. However, the defense gassed out in overtime, conceded the first and only points to lose. In his post-game presser, head coach Tony Sanchez defended his decision of not allowing his struggling offense to go for the win at the end of the fourth.
You know, and you've played good defense all night. We were kind of had a hot hand, so we felt like our defense could get a stop. Unfortunately, we didn't. They went down and they scored. But I felt like our defense played well enough to where, you know, if we won the toss, we go ahead and get on defense. We kind of know what we need to do, and it just didn't work out that way.
Next for the Aggies is a road trip to Kentucky to face off against Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. It's a big weekend for the women's tennis team as they are hosting the Aggie Invite, their first home tournament of the fall, but their last before the spring competition. Teams from UTPB, Angelo State, Lubbock Christian, UNM, and Western New Mexico are headed to Las Cruces for the action, which starts tomorrow morning at 8:30 with doubles play. The Aggies are coming in hot after a strong showing in ITA Mountain Regionals, where Whitney Moon and Anna Paniva made a quarterfinal run in doubles, and Montana Parkinson, Lovehold impressed in singles. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action next week. Still ahead on News 22, Ben will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast.
I'm Eric Johnson, host of Garden Smart. Each week we travel the country north to south, east to west, exploring some of the most exciting gardens, as well as talking to industry horticulturalists about design principles, new plants, and also how you can be more successful with your home garden.
Saturday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
During New Mexico's territorial period, U.S. federal judges faced extraordinary challenges.
You had judges who were not trained in the law.
It wasn't really about justice, it was about who could pull out a gun quickest.
Well, this first test of American justice is going to require considerable improvisation.
American justice itself was on trial.
Thursday, October 30th at 7 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at our top stories.
The New Mexico Department of Health is partnering with local farmers to deliver fresh produce to Harding and Union counties. This week's delivery is one of the largest fresh produce deliveries in the region to date. Early voting has started in Doña Ana County. So far, about 2,500 people have voted. A large majority of those votes are Democrat. And professional wrestling is back in the borderland. TNA Wrestling will be in El Paso this December for the last show of the year.
Well, you know, earlier I mentioned that weather was pretty boring here in southern New Mexico. If we take a look at our 5-day weather forecast, sunny and in the 70s, sunny and in the 70s, sunny and in the 80s, and it's really not much going to change. A bit of a boring week for weather. It's just going to be sunny and relatively hot, and that's all I got for your 5-day.
And that's all for News 22 Thursday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
Tune in next week for more news. Don't go too far because Zaira Sanchez Aguilar is next with Noticias 22 en Español. I'm Samantha Dates.
And I'm Carpio Grego, and from the whole News 22 team, Mia, Ben, Samantha, myself, good night. You be safe out there.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, les saluda Zaira Sánchez Aguilar con las breves de hoy en Noticias 22. El cierre de gobierno significa que millones de personas en todo el país podrían perder sus beneficios del programa SNAP. Una colaboración entre el Departamento de Salud de Nuevo México, agricultores locales y bancos de alimentos permitió entregar 10,000 libras de productos frescos a más de 800 familias de los condados de Harding y Union en el noroeste de Nuevo México. La entrega de productos frescos fue una de las más grandes registradas en la región. Cada caja de alimentos cultivados en Nuevo México impulsa la economía local, apoya a pequeños agricultores y ofrece productos más nutritivos. Esta iniciativa forma parte del programa estatal de alimentación, agricultura y hambre impulsado por la gobernadora Michelle Lujan Grisham. La votación anticipada en el condado de Doña Ana sigue en marcha desde que comenzó el 6 de octubre. Hasta el día de hoy han votado más de 2,000 personas con más de 1,500 votos demócratas, más de 600 republicanos, 15 libertarios y más de 300 que se han negado a declarar su partido. La votación anticipada continuará hasta el 1 de noviembre de lunes a viernes de 8 de la mañana a 5 de la tarde. Puede consultar en la página de votación del condado de Doña Ana para ver más detalles de dónde puede ir a votar. El día de las elecciones es el 4 de noviembre. Los mantendremos al tanto con más detalles. Esto ha sido todo por mi parte. Como siempre, no olviden seguirnos en todas nuestras redes sociales. Nos encuentran en Instagram, Facebook y YouTube como Noticias NMSU 22. Eso fue todo por mi parte. Gracias. Bonita noche.